Learn about the world. Cyprus. Cyprus is an island country in the Mediterranean Sea at the crossroads of the Middle East and Europe. The island, located in Asia, Middle East, is located approximately 80 kilometers (50 mi) off the coast of Turkey, west of Syria and Lebanon, northwest of Israel, north of Egypt, and east of Greece. Basic information. Full name, Republic of Cyprus. Government type, Republic. ISO, CYP. Country domain, Cy. Phone code, +357. Time zone, +2 o'clock. Capital, Nicosia. Major cities, Larnaca, Limassol, Lemesos, Famagusta, Paphos, Kyrenia, Morpho. Largest municipalities in Cyprus, Nicosia, north and south. Limassol, Strovolos, Larnaca, Famagusta, Lacodomia, Kyrenia, Paphos, Cato Polemidia A, Glangia. Area, 9,251 square kilometers. Terrain, central plain with mountains to the north and south. Climate, Mediterranean with hot, dry summers and cold, wet winters. Population, 1,369,023, May 2025. Ethnicity, Greek, 77%, Turkish, 18%, Armenian and other, 4%. Religions, Greek Orthodox, Muslim, Maronite, Roman Catholic, Armenian Orthodox. Languages, Greek, Turkish, English. Resources, copper, pyrite, asbestos, gypsum, wood, salt, marble, clay pigments. Agricultural products, potatoes, citrus, vegetables, barley, grapes, olives, vegetables, poultry, pork, lamb, children, milk. Industries, food, beverages, textiles, chemicals, metal products, tourism, wood products. Export, Turkey 40%. Direct trade between Turkish Cypriots and areas under government control is limited. Imports, Turkey 60%. Direct trade between Turkish Cypriots and areas under government control is limited. Currencies, Greek Cypriots, starting January 1, 2008, Cypriots, CYP, is replaced by the euro. Turkish Cyprus. Region, Turkish lira, TRL. Cyprus is a member of the United Nations along with most of its agencies as well as the Commonwealth of Nations, World Bank, International Monetary Fund and Council of Europe. In addition, the country has signed the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, GATT, and the Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency Agreement, MIGA. Cyprus has been a member of the European Union since 2004 and in the second half of 2012 it held the presidency of the Council of the European Union. Following the December 1997 EU summit decisions on EU enlargement, accession negotiations began the 31st of March 1998. Cyprus joined the European Union on the 1st of May 2004. To fulfill its commitment as a member of the European Union, Cyprus withdrew from the non-aligned movement on accession. Retaining observer. The 1974 invasion of the Turkish army divided the island nation into two. The internationally recognized Republic of Cyprus currently has effective control in the south of the island, 59% of the island's land area, while its area not under its effective control makes up 37% of the island. Turkey, utilizing the territory occupied during the invasion, recognizes a declared separatist UDI of Turkish Cypriots in 1983, contrary to multiple United Nations Security Council resolutions. The two territories of the Republic are separated by a United Nations buffer zone, 4% of the island. There are 2 UK sovereign base areas mostly within the Greek Cypriot portion of the island. Bilateral relations with multilateral, European Union, NATO, Africa, Americas, Asia, Europe, Oceania. The Republic of Cyprus maintains diplomatic relations with 179 states, including the Holy See and Palestinian National Authority, and is United Nations Union for the Mediterranean and European Union full member. It does not maintain diplomatic relations with Azerbaijan, Republic of Congo, Central African Republic, Djibouti, Bhutan, Kiribati, Haiti. The Republic of Cyprus is not recognized by Turkey. Human rights. Human rights in Cyprus are protected by the Constitution of the Republic of Cyprus. The European Court of Human Rights has found Turkey responsible for continuous violations of the European Convention on Human Rights in the Republic of Cyprus as a result of the Turkish invasion in 1974 and continuous occupation of 37% of its territory. Regarding human rights in the areas under the effective control of the Republic of Cyprus, according to the 2010 U.S. Department of State Human Rights Report, there were reports of police abuse and degrading treatment of persons in custody and asylum seekers, as well as instances of discrimination and violence against members of minority ethnic and national groups. Trafficking of women to the island, particularly for sexual exploitation, was reportedly a problem. Several instances of violence against women and children were also reported. Freedom House classified the perceived level of democratic and political freedom in Cyprus as free in 2011 in its Freedom in the World report. The U.S. Department of State reported in 2010 that the recent elections were free and fair. Minority Rights Group International reported in 2011 that minorities in Cyprus faced serious discrimination and they were excluded from policetal activity. There is currently no school for Turkish Cypriots living in the Republic of Cyprus controlled areas. Laws prohibit rape and spousal rape in the Republic of Cyprus. There has been a sharp increase in the number of these crimes in the 2000s. Homosexuality was decriminalized in 1998 after the case of Modinos versus Cyprus of the European Court of Human Rights. But the Cyprus military still bars homosexuals from serving on the grounds that homosexuality is a mental illness. Gay sexual conduct remains a crime under military law. The term is 6 months in a military jail, although this is rarely, if ever, enforced. The constant focus on the division of the island sometimes masks other human rights issues. Transport. Cyprus has no working railway system. Various other methods of transport are needed to ensure the proper delivery of any cargo, be it human or freight. Since the last railway was dismantled in 1952, the only remaining modes of transport are by road, by sea, and by air. Of the 12,118 kilometers of roads in the areas controlled by the Republic of Cyprus in 2006, 7,850 kilometers were paved, while 4,268 kilometers were unpaved. As a legacy of British rule, Cyprus is one of only 3 EU nations in which vehicles drive on the left. Cyprus had 12 airports with paved runways. Of them, 7 had runways of lengths between 2,438 and 3,047 meters. 1 had a length between 1,524 and 2,437 meters. 3 had lengths between 914 and 1,524 meters. And 1 had a length less than 914 meters. Of the 3 airports with unpaved runways, 2 had lengths less than 914 meters and 1 had a length between 914 and 1,524 meters. Cyprus had 6 heliports and 2 international airports. Larnaca International Airport and Paphos International Airport. Marine. Cyprus has 1,414 ships, with a volume of 1,000 gross tonnage (GT) or over. Ships by type: barge carrier 2, bulk carrier 442, cargo ship 495, chemical tanker 22, combination bulk 40, combination oil 8, container ship 144, liquefied gas carrier 6, passenger ship 8, petroleum tanker 142, refrigerated cargo 41, roll-on, roll-off 45, short sea passenger 13, specialized tanker 4, vehicle carrier 2. Education. Education in Cyprus is overseen by the Ministry of Education, Sports and Youth. The education system is divided into pre-primary education, ages 3 to 6, primary education, ages 6 to 12, secondary education, ages 12 to 18, and higher education, ages 18 plus. Full-time education is compulsory for all children aged between 5 and 15. State-provided schooling including higher education is paid for by taxes. There is also a parallel system of accredited independent schooling, and parents may choose to educate their children by any suitable means. Private school and university fees are not usually covered by the state. Higher education often begins with a 4-year bachelor's degree. Postgraduate degrees include master's degrees, either taught or by research, and the doctorate, a research degree that usually takes at least 3 years. Universities require accreditation by the Cyprus Agency of Quality Assurance and Accreditation in Higher Education in order to issue degrees. Currently, the following universities have a license by the Ministry of Education and Culture to issue academic degrees: public universities, private universities, private institutions of tertiary education, public institutions of tertiary education, technical and vocational training, TVET, addresses multiple demands of an economic, social and environmental nature by helping young people and adults to develop the skills they need for employment, decent work and entrepreneurship, promoting equitable, inclusive and sustainable economic growth, and supporting transitions to green economies and environmental sustainability. The Human Resource Development Authority of Cyprus, HRDA, is the body in charge of managing training funds in Cyprus. The system relies on contributions paid by all employees, with the exception of the self-employed and government workers. The HRDA issues grants to employers for approved training as well as allowances to trainees and financial assistance for obtaining training equipment. The HRDA subsidizes 80% of the cost of training. Cyprus currently has the highest percentage of citizens of working age who have higher level education in the EU at 30%, which is ahead of Finland's 29.5%. In addition, 47% of its population aged 25 to 34 have tertiary education, which is the highest in the EU. The body of Cypriot students is highly mobile, with 78.7% studying in a university outside Cyprus. Healthcare. Healthcare in Cyprus accounted for 7% of its GDP in 2014. Cyprus has a multi-payer healthcare system that consists of a public and private sector. The public sector is funded by payroll, earnings taxes, and employer contributions. The public sector healthcare provides social insurance for the employed, self-employed, and for several types of civil servant. A universal national health system, known as GESY, was implemented in Cyprus in June 2019. The system was created as part of a requirement in the bailout agreement with the International Monetary Fund, the European Commission and the European Central Bank, the Troika. Cyprus's Universal Healthcare System, GESY, launched on June 1, 2019. As of June 2022, 917,000 Cypriots have registered with a general practitioner through the GESY system, which is roughly the current population of the Republic of Cyprus. The new system aims to provide affordable and effective medical care to all people residing permanently in Cyprus. The current dual-sector system is in the process of being replaced with a national health system that aims to provide universal coverage. The national health system was supposed to save €292 million from 2016 to 2025 compared to the predicted expenditures of the current system. The public health sector managed by the Ministry of Health provided free services to approximately 83% of the population. Public coverage includes dental, mental health and pharmaceutical services, as well as general public health resources. The Euro Health Consumer Index ranks Cyprus 26th of 35 European countries in 2015, commenting that it did not really have a public healthcare system in the general European meaning of the term. Sports. Sport governing bodies include the Cyprus Football Association, Cyprus Basketball Federation, Cyprus Volleyball Federation, Cyprus Automobile Association, Cyprus Badminton Federation, Cyprus Cricket Association, Cyprus Rugby Federation and the Cyprus Pool Association. Notable sports teams in the Cyprus leagues include Apoel FC, Anorthosis Famagusta FC, AC Ammonia, AEL Lemesos, Apollon FC, NEA Salamis Famagusta FC, Olympiacos Nicosia, AEK Larnaca FC, AEL Limassol BC, Karavnos BC and Apollon Limassol BC. Stadiums or sports venues include the GSP Stadium, the largest in the Republic of Cyprus-controlled areas, Sirion Stadium, second largest, Neo-GSC Stadium, Antonis Papadopoulos Stadium, Amahostos Stadium and Makario Stadium. The Cyprus national rugby union team known as the Mouflons currently holds the record for most consecutive international wins, which is especially notable as the Cyprus Rugby Federation was only formed in 2006. Tennis player Marcos Bagdatis was ranked 8th in the world, was a finalist at the Australian Open, and reached the Wimbledon semi-final, all in 2006. High jumper Kyriakos Ioannou achieved a jump of 2.35 meters at the 11th IAAF World Championships in Athletics in Osaka, Japan, in 2007, winning the bronze medal. He has been ranked 3rd in the world. In motorsports, Teo Elinas is a successful race car driver, currently racing in the GP3 series for Marussia Manor Motorsport. The country's first ever Olympic medal, a silver medal, was won by the sailor Pavlos Kontidis at the 2012 Summer Olympics in the men's laser class.